checked and rechecked everything. I think the signal interceptor's ready to go. Are you?
Shouldn't we?
Not with a single frequency. The second you arrive and the Institute figures out which signal we hijacked, they'll change the code. This is a one-shot deal. So what do you say?
Let's do this.
All right. Head up onto the platform and we'll see if... The device doesn't work from over there. You have to be on the platform. Let's see. Relays dialed in. Beam emitters warmed up. Everything looks green. Let me start scanning for the signal. Cross your fingers. I'm inputting the code now. Wow, there's a heck of a lot of interference and ghosting. It's gonna take a minute or two to lock in. By the way, this little trip you're taking is a heck of an opportunity to find out as much as we can about the Institute and what they're up to. I put a clever little program on this holotape that'll scan their network and download anything it finds. If you place it in any terminal down there, it'll do the rest. Bring it back to me and I'll see if I can make sense of whatever it found. Well, well, looks like we have a winner. RF wave capture complete. Ramping the emitter. 60%, 80%. Emitter spiking but steady. All that's left is to throw the transmit switch. Transmitting in 3, 2, 1. Stay safe, soldier.
Hello. I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. I'm known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator.
Busted.
I can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us. I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression. Welcome to the Institute. This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy. And our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. You are here for a specific... very personal reason. You are here for your son.
Can't pick this. No use. Sean?
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean. Who are you?
Sean?
Father, what's going on? What's happening?
Yes!
What's going on? Father?
Sean! Oh,
I don't know you. Go away.
Sean, please!
Father? Father? Father, help me!
Sean. S923, recall code Cirrus. Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges. Let's start anew. I am Father. Welcome to the Institute.
Father?
Father is my unofficial title.
Just...
I promised answers, but I need you to realize that this... You have traveled very far. It's good to finally meet you. After all this time. It's me. I am Sean. I am.
Mm-hmm. How?
I know this
Sure.
in the vault. You had no concept of the passage of... But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10? And here I am. Raised by the Institute. I'm glad you're willing to accept that. At that time, the year 20... Scientific curiosity. So they followed the best example.
So the weird science experiment.
In a manner of speaking. Yes. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. Plenty of that was available, of course. But it had...
Sure.
Even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had... But then the Institute found me. After discovering I was exactly what they needed. I am their father.
And you...
I have. Yes.
Right.
I know you must have questions.
Your mother.
Yes. I've gone over the records of the incident, of course.
Sean.
I have no doubt. For many years, I never questioned. With old age comes regret. But what else can I say?
Kellogg.
Kellogg. It wasn't until I became director that
You knew them.
I don't expect you to understand or agree with the decision. The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's vicious nature. Institute technology prolonged his life, and his use. He never failed the Institute. But he's... I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path... What else can I say?
So you're in...
I am the acting director, the Institute.
They're scared of you, Sean.
People are always frightened by what they don't.
Sure.
Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Just... I know there's more for us to discuss. The Institute is on the verge of some important breakthrough.
Right.
I've been a part of something amazing here. And now...
You want me to stay?
Yes. The Institute can provide a better... You've been in the Commonwealth. You've seen...
How can you say that? How can you...
Because it is the simple truth. I simply ask that you give the Institute. We really do have humanity's best interest at heart. Will you take that chance? Just give it. The Institute is now your home as much as it is mine. You'll want to introduce yourself to the division heads. And finally, Dr. Lee in Advanced Systems.
An enemy may be utilizing stealth. How interesting.
Call this a clean floor. Are your visual receptors now?
Scanning. Subject identified.
It's an honor to have you here, sir.
No visible reaction to the K-14 compound. We'll start the next trial then. The dosage will be much larger this time, and the side effects will likely be more pronounced.
Will there be any pain?
I honestly don't know. I suppose it's your job to find out. Now hold still.
Just as you gave life to Father, he
Excuse me, Doctor.
Primary drive servo.
You really are here. Well, all right. When Father told us about you, I could hardly believe. If you don't mind my asking,
I just wanted to find...
now that you've found him, now, I'll give you a... As you might guess, we keep the we maintain and upgrade all of the systems that make it possible. There's a lot of machinery behind these walls that recycles. The work we do might not be as exciting. So, now that you're here,
On board with what?
the Institute, of course. Sean implied you up. If there's anything else you'd like to know about the...
Who built this place?
The construction of the Institute is the work of generations. The original survivors of the war, our progenitors, took over time. Their sons and daughters dug deep. It's a process that's still going on today. Just think what this place will look like 100 years from now. That's the third primary drive breakdown this month. As far as I'm concerned, the phase out on these older models can't come soon enough.
Oh, I don't know. Most of them have lasted long past their projected lifespans. If you ask me, we're built pretty well.
I can't argue with that. Even so, I'm ready to see the full Gen 3.
Here we go. All set. Unit in charge of duty. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks again. Of course.
I wish you could have known Father as we have.
Remember to keep unnecessary power consumption to a minimum. Don't recharge unless your primary levels are below.
Have you had time to examine my latest reports on batch 274?
Not yet.
We're all looking forward to working with you.
Our operations at work. He's eager to get that going, so I've had to put everything else to one side.
I wonder how the Warwick family is doing. Young Wally must be close to 10 years old by
Welcome.
now.
So
It's
good to have you
remarkable
here.
that any child
Dr.
can
Clayton
survive for
I
so
can't
long
wait
up
for
there,
you
don't you
to see
think?
the work.
Like what?
I was just about, as the name implies, our most important directive. To that end, we've even started to you probably saw the gorillas. They're really just...
The gorillas are synths too?
They are indeed. Judging by your reaction, the initiative is still in its early stages. I'm sure I've taken up enough of your time as it is.
I'm not sure right now.
It's a big decision, I know. In any case,
Tell me more about...
On the whole, I'd say they were a success.
Sure.
Unfortunately, we had a few early setbacks. They destroyed...
Dr. Holdren's synth gorilla project is showing promising results. You're here. Glad you made it.
Dr. Carlin, a retrieval team just sent back preliminary test results from one of our surface crops. The specimens are showing an abnormal growth rate. They were designed to thrive in a radiated environment. We didn't expect these results.
I'd like it brought back to the lab so I can test the rate of cellular degeneration.
Standing down.
Got it.
Operating at full capacity.
Father is more than just our leader. He is our creator.
You know the protocol, sir. Authorized personnel only.
So Dr. Ayo thinks he can hide in his office, does he? Well, you can tell him that I intend to
Scanning
speak to
unknown
Father about
identity.
the unannounced security.
Clearance confirmed.
Ransacking my
I'm seriously thinking of heading over to robotics to knock some heads together. They're dragging
Carry on,
me
sir.
the targeting package upgrades I asked for. Maybe I should take some courses with me. Send a message.
I hear we're
Please
about to
don't.
get a new food
There's
supplement.
enough friction as
Father's
it is
a great
between
man.
us and pretty
He
much
must
all
be
the other
very
departments.
Doctor, you going soft on me, Alana? My methods get results, and they will this time as well. You'll see.
The Directorate should take the synth escapes more seriously.
So, here you are. Justin Ayo. I'll be upfront with you. We're going to be keeping a despite your relation to Father, I'm sure you understand.
Uh-huh. I guess we'll find out.
Indeed. Now, Father has asked that our primary response...
Why would synths...
Synths do not want. They might look like human beings. As to why they're escaping, our main instrument is the Courser, a third-generation synth assigned to operate on the surface. Coursers hunt down and reclaim synths that have escaped the Institute. They are highly self-sufficient, trained in combat, infiltration, and tracking. In a word, our Coursers are relentless. But I gather you know all this, since you've encountered one already. In fact, I'd very...
I'm no stranger to...
Even so, a Courser... I suppose I'll have to ask robotics. Now, unless you need something...
If you're the actor...
Dr. Zimmer holds that in his abs...
Pardon me.
It's an honor to meet you, sir.
Sir.
Reporting status. All functions normal.
Remember to practice good sanitation habits at all times.
She's been at it for over 2 hours. What is she even testing?
Nothing. At this point, she's just doing it.
Excuse me, Dr. Lee?
Oh, it's you. You're not authorized to be here.
I wasn't aware that I...
Father may have given you the keys to the castle. If you plan to stay down here with us...
What are you working on?
There's no getting rid of you. You're obviously here for a reason, and you've already...
Uh-huh. Let's just say that you...
Stop beating around the bush. It's obvious.
Sure.
I knew it was just a matter of time before your people would track me down. I've been looking over my shoulder for...
Uh-huh. Why would we want you to...
I did some pretty sensitive work. Even though Lyons let me go, there were a few. That's why I came to the Institute. Since Father... I might not agree with everything he says, but I know he'd never allow... Say what you came here to say, and...
The Brotherhood needs your...
Needs my help. They seem to have everything under control when I...
You need to stop working for the enemy.
Ah, there's the old Brotherhood. I'd almost forgotten how much I missed the intimidation. Tell me something. Why would I What reason would I have to throw away everything I've accomplished?
The Institute.
So now you're just gonna hurl baseless accusations to get... Come on, you can do...
I give up. Well...
All right, I'll play. I had a colleague down. Several months ago, I wanted to help with the The incident never sat right. If you bring me solid information on what killed, do we have a deal?
I know this may come as a shock.
Oh, please. Stop trying to avoid the legwork by lying. Either you get deal...
Deal.
All right. Dr. Virgil's lab was... I can give you a code. I'd tell you to be quiet about it, but your Brotherhood... And finally, if you get caught... Now, for the sake of keeping up appearances, let me see that Pip-Boy.
Sure.
I've been told to install a courser chip in it for you. Father's... You're to be given full access. With
A courser chip?
the same thing it does for our coursers. Creates a link to the... In case the significance is lost on you, you'll be the only one here with that kind of access. If nothing else, it should demonstrate the amount of trust. Speaking of, I trust our...
When are you going to tell me about this mysterious Phase 3?
No, I can't talk.
Nothing to report, sir.
Most men lack the patience to observe and document plant growth.
All this must be a little overwhelming for you.
Won't be able to hack this.
We are honored to welcome you here.
It must make you proud to see all that Father has done, all that he has built. I must be the luckiest synth in the Institute.
Allie. Hi there.
It must make you proud to see all that Father has done, all that he has built.
I said so. Isn't that reason enough?
All maintenance requests should be directed to the Facilities Division. A clean and healthy work environment is essential to maximum
Terminal's gotta be
productivity.
somewhere. That's it.
Dad says I'm as good as he is with computers.
Sorry, but I'm too preoccupied with chit-chat.
Dr. Watson doesn't think I'm Institute material. I'm gonna prove him wrong.
reacquired. Weapons ready.